Hello everyone, and welcome to your reading. I'm the Holly Empress, and today I will be asking Spirit, is love in the stars for you? First things first, credit where credit is due. This reading is from this book, which is the companion to the Shadowscapes Tarot, which is by Stephanie Pui-Mun and Barbara Moore. This is a reading that, at the end of the book, it comes with a few different spreads, and this is one of my favorite spreads to do, and I thought you guys might also enjoy it. So thank you so much to Stephanie and Barbara. And yeah, just to give you a quick overview, in this reading, we will pull 5 cards. The first card will be a way that you're ready for love. The second card will be a way that you're not ready for love. Third card will be something that you should do or maybe are already doing. So if you're already doing it, keep doing it. Something that you should do to bring love into your life. Fourth card will be something you need to stop doing to bring love into your life. And the fifth card will be the outcome card, i.e. is love in the stars for you. I'm really excited to do this reading, as you maybe can already tell, because I simply love love, and I'm excited to channel these messages for you guys. So without any further ado, these are your options. They are all lovers cards from different decks, of course, because this reading is about love. So the first one is the lovers from the Rider-Waite Tarot. The second one is the lovers from the, I always forget the full name of this, Eternal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. And the third one is one of the 4 lovers from the Star Spinner Tarot. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you in your reading. Thank you so much. Hello, and welcome to your reading if you picked the classic, the OG, the lovers in the Rider-Waite Smith deck. I am so happy to have you here with me. And since I've already explained the reading to you, without further ado, let's just start pulling cards. Page of Cups reversed, if that means anything to you. Okay, can you stop dropping stuff out, please? And thank you. Here it is. 3 of Cups and the Queen of Cups reversed. So already a lot of Cups energy. And it seems like this deck is raring to go. So please, Spirit, for everyone watching who picked the lovers from this deck. Okay, this thing is making it like really hard for me to shuffle. Like this brace. I usually don't drop cards these much, I promise. It's the Sun, the Devil, and the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Hermit and the World reversed. Hashtag the more you know. Okay, for real now, Spirit, please stop throwing cards left and right. I know it's my fault as well, but we're both gonna stop. Nice. It showed me the Knight of Wands reverse. Like, okay, if you want to stop, then shuffle more carefully. Like, okay, fine, I will shuffle more carefully. All right. Please, Spirit, for everyone who picked the lovers in this deck, is loving the stars reading. Please, Spirit, for the people who picked the lover in this deck, is loving the stars. The more cards flip out, the more I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shuffle more just to punish both you and me, I guess, for all of these cards flipping out. And then Spirit does stuff like that, like, fine, then now throw all the cards out. What now, huh? It's like, okay. Sorry, let me center. It's worth taking the time to do it right. And to feel really ready before you pull cards. I don't know if you pull cards for yourself, but never rush it, If you feel like you need to take 5 hours shuffling, take the 5 hours, I'll probably edit this out since it's a YouTube video, but in real life and not a YouTube video. Take your time. One way you're ready, one way you're not, one thing to keep doing, one thing to stop doing, and an outcome, please and thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, first card. One way that you're already ready for love to come into your life. You're already feeling it. You've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Swords is all about the mind. The Queen of Swords is all about seeing things clearly, seeing things precisely, being able to take in information from various sources and synthesize it into the truth. So I think you have all of those qualities. I don't think it's reversed because you don't. I actually think it's reversed because you're actually able to go beyond just rationality. You're able to take information from all these different sources, including the spiritual, and you know that love isn't rational. Love doesn't make sense. Love doesn't follow a formula. Love isn't what we expect most often. And you know that, and you're ready for that, and you're ready to have all of your assumptions about love challenged again, because they've already been challenged and you've already been able to let go of that extreme rationality that you might be prone to, but you're ready to be challenged and to let it go even further. Now, one way you're not really ready for love, the Devil reversed. Wow, powerful card to get here. You're scared. You're scared of the deep and scary and messy and like sexual and entrenched parts of love. You know, you might have had an experience in the past that was traumatic, that affected you really deeply, that made love seem like chains to you. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 people here and they're chained together and chained to the devil. So you do have this sort of idea of love as a thing that binds, as a thing that traps, you know, or you have a fear of love being that, you know, you don't think love is that, but you're scared that it might be, and you're scared that getting into a relationship, getting into like real love and not just the love that exists in your mind, might bring up traumas, triggers, and might like just be too deep, and you might not, you're scared of the depths of love and how much can bring up. Basically, that's the way that you're not ready. However, you did get this card reversed, which softens it somehow, somewhat. So this is like a way that you're not ready, but it's not standing in your way. And when this card is upside down, it's like the chains are like falling away from the people, you know, and they're like freeing themselves. So it's like gravity, this fear that you have will naturally fall away. You don't have to put effort into getting rid of these fears, because A, they're natural fears based on the, you know, life that you've had, on the experiences that you've led, and B, they will naturally just fall away as things happen. You know, you've like dealt with them to the extent that you needed to put the work in, and the rest is just kind of letting the universe do the work. So this is a way that you're not ready for love, but it is not major, thankfully. Continue. This is the thing that you need to keep doing in order to bring love into your life. And you have the Six of Pentacles. Continue being the wonderful, generous, and giving person that you already are. The Six of Pentacles, as you can see, is a man, and he's like giving money to these impoverished looking people. And considering this is a reading about love, this is about the fact that you are very giving with your love, you know, with your friends, with your past relationships, with your family. You are just genuinely and unselfishly giving, you know, and it doesn't come from a place of obligation, and it doesn't come from a place of seeing that they are needy, so you feel like you have to love them so that they can feel better. Rather, it comes from a place of inspired giving. You know, you like to give love because giving love feels good, you know, and that's a great thing. The universe supports it. You're doing great. Keep on doing you. Yeah, if you can see on his left hand, he holds the scales. So if there's just like one little warning from this card, it is like, don't give beyond what you can. Remember to remain balanced, you know? But it's just like a subtle little warning. Like, spirit thinks that you're doing fine on this. You know how to keep your balance. You're not overly giving, it doesn't seem like. And since this is the thing that you need to continue doing, it feels like you are already doing this in the correct measure. So keep loving people around you. And like, if you are familiar with the law of attraction, you know, to attract someone giving love to us, we like give love out because we attract the energies that we put out, you know? So yeah, that makes sense in a law of attraction sense as well. Now here's something that you need to stop doing. No more of this. And you have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Interesting card to get here. Stop trying to bring collaborators into your love life. You know, I don't know if this means like you have a lot of friends that are really into matchmaking and they keep setting you up on blind dates. Like, that is not the route to go. Your friends don't know you. Like, they know you, but they don't know these deep dark parts of you, you know, because no one does. Really, only you know those deep dark parts of you. And as they try to set you up, sure, it comes from a well-meaning place, it comes from a wanting to be helpful place, but really they're just getting in the way. You know, the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. You know, it's these three men that are all building like a cathedral together. And, you know, they're all working together and like listening to each other's opinions and like bringing them all together. And this is what you need to stop. No one else's opinions matter other than your own. So if you have pressure from parents, from family, from friends to settle down with a specific person, or just settle down in general, or like stop waiting so much for the one and just, you know, settle for whoever's around, you know, don't listen to them. Don't listen to the other people in your life that are not you. You should listen to yourself, to your heart, because that's where the truth is. That's where your truth lies, in your own heart, you know. So what you need to stop doing, and not only don't listen to them, don't try to explain it to them, because they're not gonna get it anyway, you know. This is a thing that's yours. They're not gonna get it. Don't try to explain it yourself to them, or whatchamacallit, like bring in their opinions. Like, it doesn't matter. So drum roll please. Your outcome card is love in the stars for you, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is called the Wheel of Destiny in some decks. So to me, what that means is love is not only in the stars for you, it's your destiny, you know. It's also very much about change, and especially since you got it upright, it's about change in the positive direction, in the way that you want to go. And since we talked a little bit here with the Devil about like previous trauma, maybe from relationships, this is about your life taking a turn for the better, changing for the better. So yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune here, love is definitely in the stars for you. It's your destiny. Luck is coming your way. And there's nothing that you need to do to bring it in except continue being the kind and generous person that you already are. So you're on track. You got this. If you just need a confirmation from spirit that you're making the right choice by not listening to the naysayers, or not listening, you know, to other people, and instead listening to your own heart, this is it. This is your confirmation. Yes, continue to listen to your heart, and your luck and love will change, and you will receive the love that is in the stars for you. This is your message, Group 1. If you enjoyed, please give a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you had any thoughts, that you want to share with me. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome to your reading if you picked the Lover's card from the Eternal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. Thank you so much for being here today. I've already explained the outline of the spread more or less in the intro, but there was something that I wanted to say that I forgot, and that is if you're currently in a happy, loving relationship, this reading isn't for you. You know, it's for single people or for people who are looking for something other than what they have right now. So, you know, I probably will be doing a relationship check-in reading in the very near future. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And click the bell as well if you want to get notified when I post that. But this ain't it, you know? This is not the reading for you. If you are like happily married or something, like I mean, you might, like, if you feel really called to watch, you still can, but just so you know, that's not the angle that I'm gonna be doing the reading from. So without any further ado, please, Spirit, for the people who picked the Lovers in the Eternal Visions deck, a spread for them. Is love in the stars for them, please and thank you. Five cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't even show everyone else the bottom of the deck, but I'm gonna show you because your bottom of the deck is my favorite card in this deck, the Ten of Cups. It's my absolutely favorite card in this deck. As you can see, it's just a couple with a baby, and I think they're so cute. Absolutely adorable. But let's get on to the actual reading. First, a way that you're ready for love to come into your life. And you have the Fool, wonderful card to get here. So you've got the Fool. The Fool, as the name suggests, is someone who's like kind of a dumbass, but they're happy about it. And they have this sort of like adventurous, ignorant spirit that's just ready for whatever comes because they really don't know what to expect because they're an idiot. And it's wonderful to be an idiot. So this might mean that you don't necessarily have a lot of experience in love, but that is actually a positive rather than a negative because it means that you're ready for an adventure and you haven't been burned before by, you know, previous relationships gone wrong, or even if you have had previous relationships and they've gone wrong, or if you thought you were in love before and it went bad, you actually managed to retain or to recover that adventure spirit within you that just sees the world as a big playground where you can go out and do whatever you want and find whatever you want. And the thing about the Fool is, like I said, he's an idiot, but everything works out for him. It's like, have you ever known someone like that? Like they just like don't put any thought into things. They don't really seem to like plan or worry as much as you plan and worry, and yet somehow everything still works out. That's the energy that you've succeeded in embodying with love. You know, you might not know much, you might not have a bunch of knowledge or whatever, but you've got the right attitude, and that's what's most important, really. So that's a way that you're ready for love. You're ready to come into your next relationship as kind of a blank slate and open to whatever happens, regardless of whether you are actually a blank slate. You're ready to come into it as a blank slate. So now, a way that you're not ready for love. Wow, and you've got the Well. So starting off big here with 2 major arcana, the Well is actually a card that is exclusive to this deck, so I always think it's fun when I get it in readings because it feels like I'm getting the most bang for my buck, you know? Does that make sense? And I kind of know what it means, but just because it is exclusive to this deck, I am going to look at the booklet, so please allow me to cheat a little bit. Okay, so if you're familiar with that kind of Abraham Hicks terminology, the well is basically the vortex. As it says in the booklet, the well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Interesting that both your ready and not ready cards were about knowledge. So the way that you're not ready is you don't have a lot of ideas of how to make love come about. And yeah, it's really funny because I think these are just two sides of the same coin. You know, you don't really know what you're doing, and in one way that makes you more ready for love because it makes you open to whatever the universe brings you. And I mean, the universe is the universe, so it knows better than all of us regardless of how much we think we know. On the other hand, you're not ready because you kind of like have no idea of even where to begin, and you also don't really know what kind of person you even want, you know? Yeah, so that's a way that you're not ready for love. You haven't been able to pinpoint what it is exactly that you want from a relationship, what it is that you're seeking. And if you have pinpointed those things, you haven't been able to pinpoint the path to it, you know, the ideas that will lead you to that reality. And that's the way that you are not ready for love. Keep doing something that you need to continue doing, and you got the Ace of Cups reversed, which is an interesting card to get here. The Ace of Cups reversed, for me, is about the divine love of the universe flowing through us. You know, when the Ace of Cups is upright, it means to me making an offer in the physical realm, making an offer to another person physically, you know. And when it's reversed, it's the divine offering us its eternal, everlasting, very powerful, all-powerful love. And getting this in the continue position, this is what you need to keep doing. That means continue connecting with the divine loving of the universe and continue feeling it. But it also means continue to not make offers to others. If you have been making offers to others, Spirit wants you to stop doing that. But basically, this is just like continue to wait for things to come to you. Don't feel like you have to go out and seek things or to, you know, proposition whoever you see along the street just because you want a relationship. Continue to reserve your cup for someone that really deserves it, you know, that really will treasure it. And in the meantime, just make do with the divine love of the universe, which on the one hand is more than enough and is very plentiful, and on the other hand, I know feels a little bit not really what we're looking for in a love reading, is it? But it is what it is. This is something that you need to stop doing to bring love into your life. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So you can see that it's a man looking at a coin on his hand, kind of like contemplatively. And wow, your reading is so resonant and like internally consistent to the point of just being repetitive. So I'm sorry if it feels repetitive to you, but I'm just a messenger. So something that you need to stop doing is stop trying to make plans of how you're gonna find that love. You know, stop trying to basically, oh, maybe if I plant a seed here, or maybe if I plant a seed there. Like, stop trying to figure it out in the material. The Pentacles, you know, he's holding a coin because that's about the material world, it's about the physical world. And Spirit does not want you to try to figure it out in the material world. It wants you to continue to embody this full energy and just let whatever comes come to you. So both of your advice cards are really just about keeping to yourself. Don't make loving declarations to others, especially if you don't feel it, and don't try to figure out a physical path to the great love of your life. Because, like I said earlier, the universe is bigger than any of us can understand, and it knows better than any of us ever can. So just trust it instead of trying to figure out with your puny human mind, which is, again, an idiot. No offense. It's good to be an idiot. I want to highlight that again. So now, finally, drum roll please, this is your outcome card. This is the answer to the question, is love in the stars for you? And the answer is the star. Wow. The love, you know where it is? It's in the star. That's where it is. Yes, love it is in the stars for you. So the star. The first association that I always have with the star is I was raised Catholic, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story of the three mages, but they were these dudes in, ancient Judea who heard about the birth of the Christ, who was, the Messiah, according to Christians. And they were like, oh, we should go see this baby and celebrate its birth and, be like, yay, the Messiah's here, yay. But they're like, oh, but where is the baby though? And they're like, that's right, we don't know where the baby is. So then it's nighttime and they look up and they see a star in the sky. And I think we've established that it was the North Star based on geography things, but I don't know. It was just a star. And they said it was the star that was shining brightest. But that's perceptual. It was the star that was shining brightest spiritually to them. God was shining that star to them so that they could follow in the direction of it. And that led them straight to baby Jesus. And then they gave baby Jesus a bunch of gifts. So what this means to me is if you do that, if you follow whatever looks brightest to you, you will find your baby Jesus, which in this metaphor is the love of your life. Not that Jesus is the love of your life. I'm not saying you're a nun. But if you follow the star, whatever shines brightest to you, whatever appeals most to you, and at whatever moment, whatever your guiding light is, it will lead you to what you seek, which in this case is love. And I'm really getting the feeling that a lot of you are fairly young, and what the star here also tells me is that yes, it's your destiny, and yes, you're gonna get there for sure, but it might take a while, because the star for me is about a goal that is a little bit far off, because the star, is up in the space very far from us. So yes, it is in the star for you, but it might be a little ways off, and you should just enjoy the journey there, because in the way you will find so many nuggets of happiness and wisdom that will clarify this for you. This is the part that you weren't ready, right? You don't know exactly what you want from a relationship. If you keep following your guiding light, whatever you feel in your heart most called to, you will be able to find the wisdom to precise and define oh, okay, this is what I want from a relationship. This is what I'm seeking from love, because I think there's this kind of attitude of all of us should have a long-term relationship as our end goal. All this should be something that we're all seeking and that we're all trying to achieve. But why? Why do you want love? If you seek that star, if you continue following whatever calls you, you will be able to answer that question. Why do you want love? Is it just because you want to be loved? You can be loved in a non-romantic sense. There's Love is all around you. The divine love of the universe already is all around you, manifesting in your family, manifesting in your friends, manifesting in your crushes, even if your crushes aren't going to be like the love of your life, you know. And I'm not saying you have to be like celibate until you find the love of your life and, you know, never have a relationship or never have any fun, because again, that can be part of discovering and precising what it is that you actually want. And that can be, you know, part of the fool's journey. You know, sometimes the fool, he goes on fool's errands, you know, just wild goose chases that, you know, don't amount to much. But the key here is to just listen to your heart, follow what it tells you, you know. Don't try to use your material world and your material reality to try to figure out like, oh, is this the one? Oh, maybe it's this one, and then if I do this, and then if I do that, and then it's this. Like, don't try to figure it out so much, because you can't. You simply can't, because you're a fool. And just feel the divine love of the universe. Continue to feel it, continue to relish in it, and that will make this love comes faster. And you are definitely meant to have it. It is definitely destined to be yours. Just as the mages were destined to find baby Jesus, and they eventually did find him after walking for a long, long night, and or maybe nights. It's been a while since I've read the Bible, I don't know. But you know, after a while, they did eventually find baby Jesus, but they just had to go on faith, you know, they just had to go on pure faith that following the star would lead them to baby Jesus. So that's what you need to do in order to find love. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, group 2. This is where we're gonna end it. If you enjoyed this reading, please give a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts that you would like to share. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, and welcome to your reading. If you picked the Star Spinner Tarot Lover's card. I already explained the reading in the beginning, so we're just gonna get into it with a quick little disclaimer that I meant to say in the intro but forgot. This reading isn't really aimed at people who are currently in happy relationships, you know, and that, you know, want to stay in those relationships. It's mostly aimed at singles or people who want something different than what they currently have, because this is just about, you know, how you can attract love. And if you've already found love, then this is not really for you. I do plan to do a relationship check-in sort of reading sometime in the near future. So if you are interested in that, be sure to subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you will, and then you can watch that one instead. You know, if you feel really called to watch this one too, you know, I can't stop you, nor would I want to if you feel like that called to it. But just so you know, this is going to be done from the perspective of singles and people who are looking for love, not people who feel that they've already found it or who think they might have found it but are just like not really sure. You know, that's going to be the relationship check-in that I am going to do at some point in the near future. Now, really without any further ado, let's get to your reading. Please, Spirit, for the group who picked the Star Spinner Tarot, for everyone watching who picked the Star Spinner Tarot, is love in the stars for them? Please and thank you. 5 cards, eh? One more. Really? This one? This one? Okay. When you're ready, when you're not ready, keep doing, stop doing. Okay. When you're ready, when you're not ready, keep doing, stop doing. Okay. All right. First, a way that you're ready for love to come into your life. You got the moon. I love this moon card. I think it's so beautiful. I love the little bunny running down here. This deck uses a lot of bunny imageries. I don't know if this designer is just particular into bunnies or what, but I love it. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. So, but let's get into the interpretation of it instead of just me talking about how lovely of a card it is. If I can get this thing to open, that is. There we go. So, the moon. The moon is all about connecting with your feminine side, connecting with your intuition, connecting with messages from the divine, connecting with a path that is not as obvious as the sun, that not might be like glaring in your face, but that you can still kind of see by the light of the moon, you know? If you think of the moon and the way that it like pulls on the sea to create the tides, you know, you can think of it in the same way. It pulls on us to show us the path of our intuition. And because this is the way that you're ready for love, that means you're really in touch with your intuition and you understand that the path to love isn't going to be obvious and like really in your face, and instead it's just going to be like kind of wandering around in the dark and being like, okay, this feels like the right path and I'm not like 110% sure, but I'm like 99 or 80, somewhere between 99 and 80% sure, and that's enough, you know? And you get that love is complicated, that love is mysterious, that love is complicated. Did I already say complicated? I did, didn't I? Oops. But you know, it's like that Avril Lavigne song. Why do you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're... Not in terms of the lyrics, but just because the word complicated is also in it. But anyway, I digressed. Sorry. Back to you. Yes, one way that you're ready for love is you're in touch with your feminine intuition, and that's awesome. You know, and I don't mean to imply that men don't have intuition or, you know, just... I am using feminine and masculine here to mean they're kind of spiritual archetypes, and we all have elements of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within us. And what that means is the feminine, and it does generally match up to like traditional gender roles, but also not exactly. So I want to define it for you. When I use the words feminine and masculine, what do I mean? When I say feminine, I mean receptive, I mean intuitive, I mean somewhat passive and patient. When I say masculine, I mean more giving than receiving, more actual physical oriented rather than intuition oriented, more active, more going out for the things that they want rather than just waiting for it to come, and impulsive rather than patient. And there are times when it is beneficial to be more feminine, and there are times when it's beneficial to be more masculine, and life is about figuring out when to use which part of us. And even if you think of yourself as like a really manly man or like a very delicate womanly woman, you know, you still are gonna have both of those sides within yourself. And life is all about finding that balance. But with the moon here, that tells us that your feminine side, you're good, you got it, you know what you're doing, yay. Yeah, you're good with intuition, you're good at receiving blessings from the universe, you're good at following the path that spirit sets out for you and following the like little clues that spirit sets out for you, even if they're not like super obvious. And yeah, now a way that you're not ready for love. You've gotten the Hermit. So it might be a Virgo because the Hermit is the Virgo card. The moon's associated with Pisces, so you might also be a Pisces, but I didn't feel called to say that as much. I don't know why. But here, with the Hermit, one way that you're not ready for love is that like you're really comfortable in your own company, you know, like when it's just you can control everything that's going on. You don't have to consider other people's feelings, other people's thoughts, other people's lives. You know, it's just you and you know what you're doing, and that's like a lot more simple and a lot more straightforward than having to like figure in some other person into your life. You know, you like being alone, you like being by yourself, you like doing your own shit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, you do need to let go of that a little bit in order to find love. And one thing that I often talk about with the hermit for me represents the middle part of a 3-part journey, right? So you're in the real world, you're experiencing things, and then you decide that actually I need to go within myself and I need to find wisdom. So then the hermit goes up in a big mountain and he takes a lantern with him so that he can like see by. And then he's just up in the mountain just by himself, finding spiritual wisdom, connecting with his own self. And that's the stage that we see him at here at the hermit card. And then the next stage is coming down from the mountain and incorporating all your like spiritual learnings into the physical world. And that's kind of like the hermit's journey for me. That's the way I see it. So having this as your way that you're not ready for love, it's like you've got step 2 down, you know, you're up in that mountain, you're enjoying yourself, you know, you're having spiritual revelation after spiritual revelation, you're connecting with your inner, with your higher self, and you're loving it. It's just coming back down and incorporating all of that with the physical that is a little bit difficult for you. So let's find out what you can do to bring love into your life. Here's something that you should keep doing in order to bring love into your life. And you have the 6 of Cups. Very, very interesting card to get here. Lovely card to get here, in fact. So I don't usually use this meaning of the 6 of Cups. I don't usually bring it up, but I think in a love reading, I would be remiss not to. The 6 of Cups can symbolize past life relationships and connecting with someone that you were a soulmate in a past life and that you would be happy being a soulmate with in this life as well. Did that make any sense? Like that you're also a soulmate of in this life. And if you found each other, you could be very happy together. And if you embrace that, but I want to highlight that I think for me, the things that happen in past lives, I guess I'm making a lot of disclaimers with you guys, but I hope that's okay. And I hope that's what you guys need and want. And I would just trust that it is. So to me, I think the things that happen in a past life were in a past life, you know, and we can take them up again, but we don't have to. It's not an obligation, you know. I think a lot of people reference soul contracts, and I don't really believe in those. Or if I do believe in those, I don't think that they are mandatory in the way that a contract kind of is, you know. So this is someone that is your soulmate, but you can still choose whether or not to connect with them in this lifetime. You know, maybe this is one of the lifetimes where you won't meet for whatever reason, and then you'll meet again in the spiritual world, and that's like totally fine, you know. But back to you, having this in your continue pile, if you, unlike me, like love sort of like past life soulmate connections, and you've been trying to foster them and you've been trying to connect with them, this is your encouragement from spirit that A, it's working, and B, if you keep doing it, you will manifest your past life soulmate into this life. If you don't subscribe or like past life soulmate narratives, the 6 of Cups is also about childhood, you know, going back into the past, but not so far as past lives, you know. So you have a sort of innocent and childish view of love that's very pure and sweet and joyful, and spirit's encouraging you to keep that sort of purity of heart within you, because it's going to serve you and it's going to help you manifest your love into your life, you know? Yeah. So something to continue doing is continue connecting with past life soulmates if that's something you're into, or if that's something that you're not into. Continue to view love as this fun, childish game, and as this, if people in your life have always told you like, oh, you like view love so naively, you know, Spirit's like, don't listen to them, you know, that's right, that's the right way to view love, you're doing it right. So yeah. Now, what does Spirit think you're doing wrong? What should you stop doing? Also, wrong. You know, you're not doing it wrong. Like, even if there's something that Spirit thinks that you should stop doing, doesn't mean that it was wrong for you to do it in the first place, or even that it's wrong for you to continue doing if you want to continue doing it. Because, you know, I'm a strong believer in free will, as you might have already gathered here. So this is something that you should stop doing if you want to manifest love into your life faster. But, you know, if you don't want to, you don't have to stop doing this. Oh, interesting. You've got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of rest. And getting this as your thing that you should stop doing is basically Spirit just being like, get off your butt and go for it, you know? Very funny message, because I very rarely give this advice to people. I'm always telling people like, you know, just wait and trust that the universe will bring you whatever you want. But in this situation, Spirit's like, hey, wake up, you know? If you feel like you're having a lot of like dreams, if again, you're in the subset of people watching this that really love past life relationships, and you feel like you've been having like a lot of dreams that give you clues, that give you like maybe things that you could do to find this person, but you've been like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is just like a dream thing and I shouldn't do it in like actual real life, you know, because the Four of Swords is about rest and sleeping. And if you can maybe see here, it's like a girl laying down with some like swords over her. You know, Spirit's just like, wake up, it's time to take it from the dream into reality. If you're the subset that's not into past relationships, and you know, this was just about keeping that naivete, this is just about like, yeah, just pay attention, wake up, pay attention, and go after the things you want. You know what you want. Like, you know what you want. I know I already said that 3 times, but you know, you know what you want. You see the path that the moon is laying out to you, but for some reason, you're just like lying back and like lying in wait and like, oh, I don't know, like, should I go? Should I not go? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe let me rest a bit and then I'll like do it. And you know, I don't want to encourage you to do something if it doesn't feel right to do it, because I think that's like really, really important. But I think what Spirit's saying here is that you have felt the call, you know, you have felt this connection, but you haven't gone after it out of this wanting to be alone, because being alone is safer and being alone is familiar, you know, especially with the pandemic, you know. We all got we got into a comfort zone of being alone, even though obviously it was also unpleasant for various reasons. But yeah, what you need to stop doing is being so lackadaisical and just take charge of your life. It's your life and you own it. And finally, last but definitely not least, drum roll please. What is your outcome? Is love in the stars for you? I love this. Oh, I hoped so hard that this would happen, and it did. So, you know, just one more point for manifestation in the life of a law of attraction and things happening. Can you see what this card says? Can you see it? It says the Lovers. Your outcome card for your love reading is the Lovers. Do I need to explain it? Yes. Love is in the stars for you, and not only is it in the stars for you, it is imminent. It is imminent in your life. It is like just around the corner, and all you have to do is get off your butt and go get it, you know. And the Lovers, you know, it's about love, it's about that connection, it's about harmony, but the card that rules it is Gemini. So it's also about making a choice between two things, you know? So love is in the stars for you, and all you gotta do is choose it. Literally all you have to do is choose it, and you will get it. Like, I'm still like, you got the Lover's card as your outcome card. For your love rating. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Yeah, you also got 3 of 5 major arcana, so that's pretty cool. Usually means that, you know, this is a pretty major thing for you. That's not just, you know, a one-time thing that happens, but something that overarching that applies to your entire life. So yes, love is very much in the stars for you. Very much in the stars for you. And not only it's the stars, it can be in your literal physical manifested reality. And all you gotta do is keep daydreaming and envisioning this connection that you already feel. But stop just daydreaming, do more than just daydreaming. And play more with the 6 of Cups here. Play more, and this love will come. But also just decide. Sorry, so those are like 5 things. Let me organize that a little bit more. So, first, you're already in connection with your intuition, with your feminine side. You've already been seeing clues like left and right. So keep following those clues, keep taking them as a confirmation that they are. Yay. 2, be more playful and continue to daydream about this connection that you feel and that you see the clues for. 3, take more action when you feel inspired to. Don't feel so paralyzed by fear. When you feel inspired to action, take it. I'm not going to tell you which action you should take because, again, that's something that should come from within, that should come from your inspiration. But when you feel an impulse to do something, even if it doesn't feel related to love, even if it doesn't feel related to like your work or the things that you quote unquote should be doing, follow your impulses. Just follow your impulses. I mean, this is what you're going to get. The lovers, you know? Oh, group 3. What a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful note to end on. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. Leave a comment down below if you feel like it resonated. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.